Hey yo, peep this. We got the Kayla Kelly story on deck, man. Sad story about a young lady's life was taken because she decided to go ahead and tell the wife about the affair she was having with the husband. You know what I'm saying? Husband ended up doing something to her, obviously. But no, we about to hop straight into this. This is the segment where I just shine light on certain situations. R.I.P. to Miss Kayla Kelly. You hear me? Let's get it.
It's a tragedy. Most often they always are. This was a young girl, 33 years old. It's an absolute tragedy, her death. But these investigators, they were bound and determined that we would find her. We hoped that we would find her alive.
This is the story of Kayla Kelly, aged 33, who went missing and was later found dead, buried in a shallow grave somewhere in a field. It was later discovered that she was killed by her married boyfriend Ocaster Siobhan Ferguson, aged 32, She was killed by her married boyfriend Ocaster Siobhan Ferguson.
Her married boyfriend. What did I tell you? That he was lying to the point that she thought she was somebody in the relationship. And then she said, you know what? My little heart keep getting broken. I'm going to go tell wifey. You feel me? That's some crazy stuff. And then old little boy in a cowboy hat with his shirt tucked in, his belt extra tight. Come on, man. Come on.
Ferguson, age 32, who she threatened to blackmail after finding out he was married and had a totally different name. He decided to kill her days after Kayla sent a text.
He ain't even tell her he was married. Boy had a whole nother name and everything. That's crazy.
To his wife saying she wanted to tell her something. Hello and welcome to Twisted Crimes. Subscribe and hit the like button for more stories.
In the case of a missing Collin County woman, the medical examiner's office just confirmed that a body found in Grand Prairie is that of Kayla Kelly.
This case would be taking us to McKinney, Texas. McKinney is a suburb of Dallas with a population of 189,394. McKinney is in Collin County and is one of the best places to live in Texas.
I was about to say it looked beautiful. How did that even shake there? No wonder he had the cowboy hats and all of that on. All right.
McKinney's historic downtown cultural district is one of the largest and oldest downtowns in the Lone Star State. Kayla Dominique Kelly, aged 33, was born on April 15, 1989 in Huntsville, Alabama. She graduated from Charles Henderson High School in 2007 and Athens State University with a Bachelor of Science in Information Systems in 2012. She graduated with distinction. Kayla then relocated to McKinney, Texas, where she secured a position with Raytheon and excelled in her position. She eventually rose to management level. Kayla was described as an outgoing woman with a free spirit. She had a big heart that was full of love for others. A large space in her heart was reserved for her puppy, Chili. She loved to travel and could be seen traveling to some nice places around the world.
Did you know it's actually cheaper to have sellers reaching out to you asking for a cash?
Hey, you know, dude did a thorough background check when he even talking about her dog. Hey, yo, dude is on it. That's how you live life, you feel me? If that's all the stuff that she was doing in her short time here on this earth, 33 years old, experienced all of that, yeah, she was on the right path. Dude's a buster.
She loved playing with her dog Chili a lot. Her friends said she treated him like her son. Kayla also enjoyed shopping for others and decorating her home. Along with the many material gifts, Kayla gifted others with her opinions and views, never leaving others wondering her position. Kayla decided to try her hands at love, so she joined a dating app where she met a man who told her his name is Kevin Brown. Kevin Brown, who was later identified as Ocaster Ferguson, was a 32-year-old young man. He gave Kayla a fake name all the while they dated. They dated for several months before this tragedy happened. They started dating since the summer of 2022 up until January 2023, before she discovered that she had been dating a married man all along. Upon finding these details, she confronted him and threatened to tell his wife about the affair. She told her friends she was going to expose Ocaster, aka Kevin, and tell his wife everything. Kayla told them she was going to blackmail him. Kayla would actually go ahead with part of the threats by texting his wife. Ocaster's wife later told police that she received a text message from an unknown number on January 4th, saying they needed to tell her something, and based on the language in the text, she believed it was sent by a woman. On January 11, 2023, Kayla's friends reported her missing. Her aunt and co-workers had not heard from her for several days. When deputies checked her duplex in McKinney, Texas, inside they found her dog without food or water, apparently alone for several days.
The Collin County Sheriff
How the hell would you know her dog was alone for several days?
Without food or water, apparently alone for several days.
The Collin County Sheriff tells us the search for Kayla Kelly is still going on. She was last seen 5 days ago. It was her friends who reported her missing. She was last seen 5 days ago. It was her friends who reported her missing.
During the initial interviews, it was learned Kelly had a boyfriend named Kevin, and she recently found out he was married and also found out his real name. Police discovered that Kevin's actual name is Ocaster Ferguson, and they took it from there. They brought him and questioned him, but he denied knowing what happened to Kayla, even though he admitted he was having an affair. Ocaster said he and Kayla would go to her residence and other locations to meet, but never to his home in Grand Prairie. Investigators looked through Ocaster's phone and found text conversations between him and Kayla. Kayla told Ocaster in the text message that she would tell his wife about their affair if he didn't answer her. A day
You ain't even delete the messages you...
after she was reported missing, her vehicle was found on a deserted county road but was burnt beyond recognition. Police dug into Ocaster's background and discovered his wife just reported his car missing. Officer later found the missing car very close to Kayla's house. In the car they found gloves, duct tape, and a blanket. Authorities said that phone records showed that Ocaster had driven to the area where Kayla's vehicle was found. Ocaster was arrested that day for kidnapping. A deeper analysis of Ferguson's phone records showed him leaving work on January 10th and going to a wooded area near his home in Grand Prairie. Investigators then went to the area and found Kayla's body in a shallow grave.
Breaking news in Grand.
That boy left traces like a draw artist. Hey yo, what is wrong with dude? You mean to tell me you left work, or you killed her, left work, you killed her, went to work, left work early, used your GPS to take you up to a deserted wooded area where they followed that to get the body? This boy watched too many movies, man.
And Prairie, where authorities say they have found a woman's body. This is near Prairie Oak and Kingswood Boulevard. Investigators were on that scene gathering evidence until early this morning.
A grisly discovery in Grand Prairie.
I seen the rangers and dogs.
The final piece in the puzzle of Kayla Kelly's disappearance.
It looks like it led up to here.
The 33-year-old found in a shallow grave just minutes from the home of the man charged with kidnapping her.
Just minutes from the home? Bro, he put the body right by the crib.
That man, Ocaster Ferguson. Kelly reported missing on January the 11th per investigators that she was dating Ferguson and recently found out he was married.
The police don't want you to know this.
Guys, this insurance company, Auto, is the real deal. It's legit. Like, I'm not sure how they do it, how they find...
Detectives say Kelly told friends she was going to blackmail Ferguson. Court documents read Kelly even threatened to tell his wife about their affair if he doesn't answer her via text. Her car found abandoned and burned in Frisco a day after she was reported missing. Investigators tracked Ferguson's phone to that area and jailed him on kidnapping charges days ago, but Kelly still missing.
This is truly a heartbreaking story. Authorities confirm Kayla Kelly's body was found in Grand Prairie, less than a mile from a home of a man detectives say she was dating.
Well, Tiffany Liu is live outside the Collin County Jail where that man is being held this morning. Tiffany, there could be some more charges, we understand.
Yeah, he is here on a $1 million bond in Collin County Jail. And this morning, like you mentioned, we can confirm it is.
How do you even get a bond with some stuff like that, man? That's what's wrong, man. Hey.
Kayla Kelly. She was found in a wooded area in Grand Prairie where we were yesterday. And I do want to show you some video that our photographer Thomas Costley got in the morning when the sun came up yesterday. We pulled the drone over the trees and you could actually see the fresh dirt that was dug up. Investigators had pulled Kelly's body from a shallow grave on Thursday night. Now, where she was found in Grand Prairie is only about a mile away from her accused kidnapper's house. 32-year-old O'Caster Ferguson is in jail.
Bro, 1 mile? You down there walk from your crib there in 10 minutes. Well, man.
So far on kidnapping and now arson charges, homicide charges have not been filed yet. Court documents revealed Kelly and Ferguson were in a relationship, but she referred to him by the name of Kevin. Investigators say it was only recently she discovered he was married, and she threatened to tell his wife about the affair. Now, on January 4th, the affidavit states Ferguson's wife got a text from an unknown number saying the person needed to speak with her, but she never responded. Fast forward to January 11th, Kelly went missing, and a day after, her car was found burned in Frisco. The suspect's car was also found near the victim's home with gloves, duct tape, and a blanket inside.
It's a tragedy. Most often, they always are. This was a young girl, 33 years old. It's an absolute tragedy, her death, but these investigators, they were bound and determined that we would find her. We hoped that we would find her alive, but unfortunately that's not the case.
Wow.
Now, at this point, we are waiting to see if Ferguson's charges are going to be escalated. Of course, we're going to stay on top of that. This morning, we'll bring you any updates as we get them. Kara, let's send it back to you.
From the shallow grave, his phone record shows he drove to where Kayla's car was found before he took a ride from a ride-share service back to his home in Grand Prairie. Investigators say cell phone records also put Ferguson in the area of Kelly's burned vehicle in Frisco, and that surveillance footage shows smoke in the early morning hours. A deeper analysis of phone data from O'Caster's phone showed text messages were sent to 3 other women around 2:31 a.m. on January 10, 2023, which was the day Kayla was most likely killed.
So you hitting other females the day you killed one? Well, take your ass home.
O'Caster Ferguson has been charged with kidnapping, arson, and murder.
The man arrested for the kidnapping and killing of a McKinney woman is now charged with her murder. New court documents reveal the trail of breadcrumbs investigators followed that put O'Caster Ferguson at the center of their investigation into Kayla Kelly's disappearance and death. Records say the two were dating, but Kelly had recently learned Ferguson was married, had given her a fake name, and investigators say she threatened to tell his wife. Fox 4's Blake Hansen is in McKinney with the latest. Blake.
Yes, Steve, we noticed tonight that those jail records now reflect the murder charge against Ferguson. Still no announcement from the sheriff's office about that charge at this point in time, but we did learn more through additional documents from an arson charge that helped fill in the timeline. Few seem to travel down this dead-end dirt county road in Frisco. It's becoming a dumping ground, sheltered on either side by utility equipment and woods. And it is on this road where court documents say 32-year-old O'Caster Ferguson dumped Kayla Kelly's vehicle and set it on fire. Court records obtained by Fox 4 Friday for the arson charge say Ferguson obtained a lighter and a gas can on January 10, 2023 during the day. A separate set of court records say Kelly's phone was last used that night at 6:59 p.m. The last location of her phone was in the area of Ferguson's work in the Dallas area. Records say he stated he was with Kelly on January 10th and went to her residence after she picked him up from work around 11 o'clock. Even though phone records suggest he went to his residence in Grand Prairie before heading to Kelly's. NTTA records show Kelly's vehicle traveled north on the North Dallas Tollway into North Frisco in the early morning hours. Investigators say cell phone records put Ferguson in the area of Kelly's burned vehicle and that surveillance footage shows smoke in the early morning hours. Records then say Ferguson got a ride home from a rideshare service back to his home in Grand Prairie. A witness eventually reported the burned vehicle was found on the 12th, one day after Kelly was reported missing. Crews discovered Kelly's body Wednesday in a shallow grave not far from Ferguson's Grand Prairie home. Investigators have not shared what led them there.
This is an ongoing homicide investigation, so there are many aspects of the case that we're not ready to disclose at this time.
The Tarrant County Medical Examiner's Office still has no cause of death listed for Kayla Kelly. We expect to learn more information on Monday when additional court documents could be available.
He is currently in the Collin County Jail on a $1 million bond. We hope Kayla gets the justice she deserves. This is another sad case of violence that could have been averted. This should have never happened to Kayla. Our sincere condolences to the friends and families of Kayla Kelly. May Kayla's memory be a blessing for her family and for all who knew her, and may her life and death be an inspiration and a turning point towards justice and increased protection for domestic abuse survivors. Please stay safe out there and see you guys in the next video.
All right, man. That was the Kayla Kelly story. That kind of just made my stomach hurt a little bit, for real, because like I said at the beginning of the video, I know, first of all, dude was lying and all of that. Once you start lying to these women and emotions get involved, even the men, sometimes, most of the time, they can't control their emotions. But one thing I am going to say, and it's not in his defense, it's just in someone else's defense, period. Even though he lied and was saying this, that, and the third, where you went wrong was the blackmailing. You shouldn't, to me personally, the blackmailing is like, all right, you know what? I'm not going to blackmail you. I'm either going to leave you all the way alone, or you should have just hit his girl like, yeah, he did X, Y, and Z and just left it alone, blocked him, changed the number, did whatever you was going to do. But don't portray it like you're going to blackmail him, hang it over his head, because now you're giving him too much time to think and too much anger to build up and all that. So you brought the gasoline to the bonfire, you feel me? But you ain't think that the shit was going to blow up in your hand. Still not a good excuse for him. One of the biggest clowns I could say, honestly, of 2021 or 2023. I'm sorry, but yeah, man, that was straight pathetic, man. I just feel like he did a buster move, for real, and this all started with a lie. GoHamm TV, sub to the channel.